Terrorist organization ISIS, in its propaganda magazine, The Voice of Khorasan, has backed the PFI. The magazine writes and confirms PFI activists have been killed for terror in different parts of the world. It says placards or protests won't help. Ashwin is joining us live on that story and he has more details. Ashwin, first up, why don't you tell us more of what this magazine says and how it is continuing to back the PFI?
Well, Deepthi, this is the 20th issue of the magazine called as The Voice of Khorasan. Now, The Voice of Khorasan is the magazine that is issued by the ISIS in a very discreet way, circulated through the social media, through the dark web, so that its subscribers of these ISIS get to read the latest stand of the ISIS in various forms. Now, the 20th edition of this particular magazine has been released again in the dark web, and it was released on 15th of January, but we were able to access it. And in that, page number 4 starts with a very, very critical story, an article that has been written which talks about complete support to PFI. What is shocking is the fact that this propaganda magazine of the ISIS has stated that in fact, they have also stated very categorically that many members of the Popular Front of India has been part of the Tawheed and has had Shahadat. Shahadat is the closest term is martyrdom at different parts of the world, which essentially means that the ISIS-backed magazine is going out very clearly, saying out very loud that the PFI backers have died in an act of terror in different parts of the world. And that is the most critical information that has come out. Although there are many other information that is there in this magazine which talks about the need to take up arms instead of holding placards. There are very shocking details that has come in this article, but the most shocking fact is an open support by an ISIS propaganda magazine, Voice of Khorasan, to the PFI and its activities, to such a level where they have stated that whenever there is a prominent organization that come up for the demand for rights of the Muslims, whenever there's an organization that comes in the demand for support for Muslims like the PFI, they always face trouble. They also go into very depth of this issue. They say that earlier there was an organization called as Simi, which was banned, and as per the magazine it is written, which was banned by the Hindutva terrorist state. So this is the kind of language they have stated, they equated, they said, like earlier PFI was also Simi was in trouble for the similar nature. Now PFI, which looks at the welfare of the Muslims in the country, are also now being banned by the state, which they also very in the worst terms they have called the Indian state. They have said that we are cow worshippers. They have written these cow worshippers and polytheists must be dealt with not with placards but by an attack. So all this has been connected with the way the center has gone ahead with the banning of the Popular Front of India. So on 15th of January, the ISIS propaganda magazine has officially supported the PFI. It has come out in open. They are stating that the entire action against PFI is unfair. It also has put out a great volume of propaganda material in that article, stating that the PFI needs to be supported and that they should come back again, they should regroup again, and they should also take up, instead of holding demonstrations and instead of holding demonstrations, holding placards, it is time to throw the placards away, throw the demonstrations away, and use forceful means to ensure that there is the ideals of the ISIS is found out. Now that is the most shocking part, Deepthi, and what has come out in this magazine. One thing is very clear: the ISIS is backing the Popular Front of India. They have come out openly saying that they are backing Popular Front of India, and that is very shocking indeed. Back to you.
Yeah, well, this is a big admission by the ISIS. The Islamic State Mouthpiece has confirmed that PFI members fought for the Islamic State, and this is exactly what we have been reporting for many years. And for the longest time, people who are in denial will try and get some responses to this as well. This is for the first time, perhaps, that the Islamic State Islamic State propaganda magazine backing PFI, questioning the ban on PFI, and confirming through its mouthpiece that PFI members also fought alongside Islamic State terrorists. Basically, they were PFI cadre who are terrorists and who fought for the Islamic State. And they also talk about some of them dying, which meant Indians fought alongside ISIS, and Indians were also killed. And these were terrorists who fought with ISIS from India. Ashwin.
Absolutely, Niranjan. The word they have used is that the PFI has been involved in Tawheed. That's the word that they have used. Tawheed, the word Tawheed. And the act of Tawheed, many of the PFI members have attained Shahadat. This is a term for martyrdom, that is dying for the ideals of the radical Islam that they believe in. So basically, the truth is now out in the open. It is nothing else but the official propaganda magazine of the IS. And remember, Niranjan, there has been several arrests made for the, several arrests that has been made in Kerala, in Kannur recently. 2 women, including, were arrested for creation of propagative materials of the ISIS and for helping out this magazine. There is also 2 cases, if I'm right, 2 cases registered by the NIA also in this regard. In one in Kashmir and one in Kerala to this regard. So basically now this magazine, the 20th issue of this magazine, the Voice of Khorasan, started in 2019, and then there has been regularly publishing it. So the world was in fact getting what is the stance of the ISIS regularly through the world polity, the politics, and the stance of the ISIS has always been received through this magazine. Now, so the 15th of January, the magazine, the 20th edition of this magazine, has clearly revealed support for the Popular Front of India and has used harsh words against the Indian states, using very, very derogatory words against the Indian states, saying that the cow worshippers, the polytheists, and these polytheists must be, must be handled in a violent manner. So clearly, this is a shocking news that has come out.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Well, the good news is the PFI has been banned, and for good.